Be me, 28 years old, working at a tech company in the city downtown. Overhear two male coworkers talking by the coffee machine one morning at work. They do not see me standing around the corner waiting for my turn. One is telling the other about a girl he just started seeing recently. His friend asks if it is serious or just casual fun for now. He says definitely casual. She is ran through, so nothing serious will happen. His friend laughs and says, "Yeah, I could tell from her Instagram posts." They both laugh and walk away before I can hear anything more. Stand there confused because I do not know what ran through means at all. Sounds like an insult, but I have never heard that term before in life. Go back to my desk and look it up on Urban Dictionary immediately. The definition makes my stomach turn while reading it slowly and carefully. Ran through means a woman who has been with too many men sexually. Means she has no standards and gives it up to anyone who asks. Means she is used up and not worth committing to long-term ever. Means she is only good for sex, never for a relationship or commitment. Close my laptop, feeling sick from what I just read about the term. Think about my own dating history and my social media presence online. Wonder if men are saying the same thing about me behind my back. Wonder if I am ran through and do not even realize it myself. My body count is around 30 from college until now over the years. Thought that was normal and nothing to be ashamed of at all, really. Have had mostly casual situations and a few short relationships here and there. Nothing ever lasted more than a few months with anyone I dated. Look at my Instagram during my lunch break that day at my desk. Every photo is me in tight dresses at bars and clubs on weekends. Bikini shots from vacations and girls' trips constantly throughout the years and months. Captions about being independent and not needing anyone in my life at all. Realize my entire page screams that I sleep around freely without any care, even though I think I am just posting fun moments from my life. Men looking at it probably think I am ran through immediately without question. Never considered how my social media looks to potential partners who see it. Start paying attention to conversations around the office more over the next days. Hear another guy talking about a Tinder match he has from the app. Says she seems cool, but her profile gives ran through vibes to him clearly. His friend asks what makes him think that exactly about her profile online. He lists things like too many guy friends in her photos from years, pictures at music festivals and raves from different years going back far, captions that mention her crazy ex or toxic past relationships she had before, bio that says she is healed and knows her worth now after everything. Realize I have all of those exact things on my profile right now. Tons of photos with male friends from over the years of my life. Festival photos going back to when I was 22 years old in college. My bio literally says healing and learning my worth after everything I went through. Never thought about how those things signal ran through energy to men looking. Thought I was showing I am fun and have a social life with friends. But apparently, it tells men I have been around the block too many times, that I am not selective and give access to too many people freely. Go home that night and fall down a rabbit hole online researching this. Find forums where men discuss signs a woman is ran through in detail. The lists they make describe me almost perfectly throughout every single point. Every red flag they mention is something I actively display on my page. They say ran through women have high body counts. Obviously that is clear, but also have a certain energy and vibe you can sense immediately around them. They are jaded and defensive about their past choices always when asked about it. They talk about how all men are trash and relationships are hard constantly. They overshare about their dating history way too early in conversations with new people. They mention exes constantly and have stories about drama from past relationships always. They keep male friends around as backups and orbiters for attention and validation. They post thirst traps regularly to maintain attention and validation from men online. They are always on their phone texting multiple people at once during dates. They have commitment issues and sabotage anything getting serious with someone good for them. They blame men for everything wrong instead of looking inward at their own behavior. They view relationships as transactional. What can you do for me, not what we build? Reading through hundreds of posts and every single thing fits me perfectly without exception. The body count obviously, but also my entire personality and behavior with men. I am jaded and defensive and blame men for all my problems in dating. I do keep guys around as backups and post for validation constantly from strangers. One guy explains why ran through women are only for fun. Never serious commitment. Says once a woman has been with that many men, she cannot bond properly. She has given her best years and energy to other guys already before you. You are just getting whatever is left, after everyone else had her first. Says ran through women also have unrealistic standards now, after so many options available. They have sampled so many different men, they cannot appreciate one good one, always comparing you to someone from their past who did something better than you. Always keeping options open because they are used to abundance and attention always. Another post talks about how ran through women age badly in dating market overall. Says when they are young and hot, they get endless attention from men. But once they hit late 20s, early 30s, the attention drops off significantly fast. Then they panic and try to settle, but the good men already chose others. Says ran through women waste their best years on casual situations going nowhere. Real. Then wonder why they are single at 30 with no prospects left at all. The men they wanted in their 20s married other women already years ago. Now they are left competing for leftovers with younger women in their prime. Feel tears forming because this is literally describing my future exactly as written. I am 28 and already noticing the attention is not what it used to be. Guys my age are dating younger women in their early 20s now instead. I am getting left behind and I never saw it coming at all. Spend the entire weekend reading more about this phenomenon happening to women like me. Find videos where men explain why they avoid ran through women for relationships. Find posts from women who regret their past catching up to them now. Find stories that sound exactly like my life playing out before me already. One woman writes about being 35 and single with no options left at all. Says she spent her 20s having fun and never took dating seriously back then. Thought she had time and could settle down whenever she wanted to, finally. Now the men her age want younger women with lower body counts instead. Says she tries to lie about her past, but men always figure it out. They ask questions that trip her up or check her social media history online. Once they suspect she is ran through, they lose interest immediately without explanation. She is stuck alone, watching everyone else build families without her now. Read story after story of women who ignored the warnings like me years ago, who thought they were living their best life until it was too late for them, who are now desperate and alone trying to find anyone who will commit seriously, who wish someone had told them this would happen eventually to them. Text my friend Mia asking if she can come over tonight to talk. She shows up an hour later with wine, and I tell her everything tonight, about overhearing the coworkers and learning what ran through means to men finally, about how every sign they list describes me perfectly without any exception. Expect her to tell me those men are just misogynistic and insecure about women. Instead, she gets really quiet and looks uncomfortable sitting there across from me. Finally admits she has heard guys say that term about me before, at parties. At a party months ago, someone asked if I was single still these days. Her boyfriend's friend said, "Yeah, but she is ran through though, so no thanks." Mia did not know what it meant at the time, either when he said it. But her boyfriend explained later that it means I sleep around too much. Said his friends all know my reputation and would not date me seriously ever. Feel humiliated that people have been saying this about me for months behind back, that Mia knew and never told me what they were saying about me, that I have a reputation I did not even know I had in circles. Ask her why she never said anything to me before now about this. She says she did not want to hurt my feelings or make me defensive. Says every time anyone suggests I should change my approach, I argue back. Say I am sex positive and empowered and living my best life always. She did not think I would listen, so she stayed quiet instead about it. Ask her if she thinks I am ran through honestly from her perspective now. She pauses way too long before answering, which hurts bad to see that. Says she thinks I have made choices that give that impression to people. Even if I do not see myself that way, others do see me. Says my body count is really high compared to most women our age, and the way I talk about men and dating is really negative always. I am always complaining about how terrible guys are lately to everyone, but I am the common denominator in all my failed situations here. Says I need to be honest about whether I am happy right now. If not, then something needs to change about my approach to dating clearly. Cannot keep doing the same things and expecting different results to happen somehow. She loves me, but she is worried I am heading toward being alone. Ask her about the other girls in our friend group then as well. We all have similar body counts and dating histories together over the years. Are they all ran through too? Or is it just me, somehow only? Mia says honestly, yes, probably all of you are seen that way by men. Says she has heard her boyfriend's friends talk about our whole group before. They call us the ran-through crew behind our backs, apparently among themselves. See us as fun to party with, but not girlfriend material ever for relationships. They warn each other not to catch feelings for any of us girls. Feel sick hearing that our entire friend group has this reputation among men. We thought we were empowered and living our best lives together as women. Turns out we are just known as the girls who sleep around freely. The girls men use for fun, then leave for someone better later. Spend the next week really thinking about everything she said to me honestly. Look at my life objectively instead of defensively for once in years. I am not happy at all, even though I pretend to be online. Single for years, with nothing real and no prospects coming at all. My friends are all the same as me, stuck in cycles going nowhere. We validate each other and blame men for our problems constantly together. But the women I know who are happily married are different from us. They do not have high counts or party constantly or post thirst traps. They present themselves with more class and dignity than I do online. They did not sleep around and give access to tons of men freely. They were selective and careful about who they let in their lives, and men rewarded that by actually committing to them seriously for life. Realize I have been lied to about sexual liberation my whole life completely. Told that sleeping around is empowering and men will respect it always. But men do not respect it. They call you ran through instead clearly. They use you for fun, then marry the girl who made them wait. Think about my college years and how this all started for me back then. I was not always like this when I was younger in high school. Had a serious boyfriend freshman year who I lost my virginity to first. We broke up after 8 months and I was devastated completely by it. My roommate told me the best way to get over someone is to get under. So I did, and it made me feel powerful temporarily for a while. Kept doing it and racked up numbers without thinking about consequences at all. Thought I was being liberated, but I was just running from pain inside. Each casual encounter left me feeling more empty than before, every time honestly. But I kept doing it because my friends said it was healthy for me. We bonded over our body counts like they were achievements to be proud of. Whoever had the most was winning some game we invented together as friends. Now I see we were all just hurting ourselves together the whole time, validating each other's self-destructive behavior as empowerment and strength falsely. None of us are happy or in relationships or heading anywhere good right now. We are all approaching 30 alone and starting to panic quietly about it. Decide, I need to make changes even though it feels impossible to start. Start by deleting all my provocative photos from social media accounts completely. Remove party pictures and bikini shots and anything too revealing from years. Change my bio to something simple that does not scream insecurity to men. My friends notice immediately and ask why I am deleting everything from page. Say I am just cleaning up my page and being more selective now. They call me a pick-me and say I am changing for men only. Say I am betraying the sisterhood by giving in to patriarchy and standards. Realize they want me to stay stuck with them in misery forever here. They do not want me to change because it makes them look bad. If I admit we were wrong, then they have to face it too honestly. Easier to attack me than to examine themselves honestly about their choices. Distance myself from that friend group over the next few weeks slowly. Stop going out every weekend and focus on actual hobbies instead finally. Join a yoga studio and start reading books I have been meaning to. Spend less time with my party friends who keep me stuck in cycles. Start volunteering at an animal shelter on Saturday mornings regularly now. Meet women there who are different from my usual crowd completely. They are kind and stable and in healthy relationships mostly with men. They do not talk about men like enemies or brag about body counts. One woman named Paloma is 45 and has been married 20 years happily. Ask her what the secret is to a long, happy marriage like hers. She says mutual respect and making your partner feel valued always every day. Says modern women focus too much on what they deserve, not what they give. Ask her what she thinks about women sleeping around before marriage these days. She says honestly, it makes bonding harder because you compare everyone to past. Every man you have been with takes a piece of your ability to bond. By the time you meet the right one, you have nothing left to give. Says she was only with 2 men before her husband total in life. Both were serious relationships she thought would lead to marriage eventually back then. When she met her husband, she had enough of herself left to commit fully. If she had been with 20 or 30 men, she does not think it would have worked. That hits me hard because I know I have walls up constantly now. Been hurt so many times, I do not trust anyone anymore at all. Approach dating defensively like everyone is going to hurt me eventually somehow. Never considered that I created this problem with my own choices over years. Spend more time with Paloma and learn from how she thinks about relationships. She carries herself with dignity and speaks highly of her husband always. Talks about building him up and supporting his dreams, always without complaint. Never complains about him or makes him sound inadequate publicly to others. Few months later, my life looks completely different than before, honestly now. My social media is calm and classy, not chaotic and thirsty anymore. I have hobbies and interests beyond just going out drinking every weekend. I feel more grounded and less like I am performing constantly for validation. Stop entertaining multiple guys at once and focus on myself for once. Delete dating apps and take a break from looking altogether for now. Work on becoming someone worth committing to. First, maybe before dating again. Cannot expect high-value men while being ran through myself right now. Meet a guy named Quincy at a bookstore randomly one day while shopping. We start talking about the book I am holding and exchange numbers there. He asks me out properly, not just to hang or watch a movie. Takes me to dinner and treats me with respect the entire time together. After a few dates, he mentions he looked at my Instagram before asking out. Says he almost did not, because I had a few concerning photos there. But when he scrolled more, he saw the recent changes I made clearly. Decided to take a chance because I seem different from most women now. Tell him honestly about my past and why I changed everything about myself. Expect him to judge me, but he says everyone has a past to deal with. What matters is who you are now and where you are heading forward. The fact that I recognize my mistakes shows growth. He respects a lot. Ask him if he knows the term ran through and what it means. He admits he does and says yes. He has used that term before, honestly. Says there are women he would never date seriously because of it clearly. But I do not seem like that person anymore based on how I carry myself. Ask him what made him give me a chance despite my past. Then, he says because I was honest and showed real change through actions, not words. Says most ran through women lie about their past or justify it away. I owned it and explained how I became someone different since then. Says he can tell I am not that person anymore by my energy. I do not have the jaded defensive vibe ran through women carry always. I seem open and warm and capable of bonding with someone real. That is what matters more than the actual number, honestly, to him. Few months into dating, Quincy and things are going really well between us. He introduces me to his friends and family without hesitation at all. Never hides me or treats me like a secret he is ashamed of. Talks about future plans and includes me in his vision naturally always. Year later, Quincy and I are engaged and planning our wedding together now. He tells his friends and family about me proudly always to everyone. His boys respect him for finding a good woman, genuinely who changed. They respect growth, and that is enough for them to accept me fully. Think about that term ran through and how it destroyed me initially back then. Could have gotten defensive and blamed men for being judgmental about women. Instead, I looked inward and admitted they were seeing something real about me. That admission allowed me to change and finally get what I wanted. Still talk to Mia regularly, and she says I am a different person. Says I seem calmer and happier and more grounded than before completely. Says she is proud of me for actually listening and doing the work. Most women just get defensive and stay stuck forever, she says honestly. My other friends from before are still single and complaining constantly about men. Still posting thirst traps and party content and wondering why men ghost them. They called me a pick-me when I started changing my ways completely. But I'm happy now and they are still miserable. So, who won? One of them, Shayla, reached out recently saying she is struggling badly now. Says she is 29 now and feeling like time is running out fast. Guys are not taking her seriously, and she does not understand why at all. Tell her honestly about what I learned and how I changed everything. She gets defensive and says she should not have to change for men. Says her body count is her business and anyone who cares is insecure. Say the same things I used to say before I learned the truth. Realize she is not ready to hear it, just like I was not. Tell my younger sister, who is 23, about everything I learned from this. She is in her party phase, posting thirst traps and living how I used to. Try to explain that she is categorizing herself without realizing it at all. She dismisses me and says she is just living her best life right now. Let her go because she is not ready to hear what I am saying. She will either figure it out on her own or learn the hard way. Some lessons cannot be taught. They have to be lived through personally and painfully. All I can do is hope she figures it out before it is too late. The truth is harsh, but ignoring it does not make it go away. Men will categorize women, whether we like it or not, always in life. We can fight against it, or we can understand and adapt to reality. I chose to adapt, and my life improved dramatically because of it completely. Being called ran through was the worst thing I ever heard about myself. But it was also the wake-up call I desperately needed finally to change. Forced me to see that my choices were creating my reality and future. That I had control over how men perceived and treated me always. Cannot change the past or undo the body count I accumulated over years. But I can change how I present myself going forward from here now. Can become someone men take seriously instead of just use for fun. That shift made all the difference in my dating life, completely and totally. Look at my engagement ring and think about who I used to be. The woman who was ran through would never have attracted Quincy at all. He wanted someone serious who presented herself with dignity and self-respect clearly. I had to become that person before he could even see me as option. Sometimes the truth hurts, but it also sets you free eventually in life. Sometimes being categorized forces you to examine who you became over time. Sometimes overhearing something terrible is exactly what you needed to hear. Finally. And sometimes learning you were ran through is what saves your future completely.